Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances, so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is Sunday. Thank you. The 15th. There you go. And we are here just to do an expense tracking check-in for the previous week, which would have run from, let me get my bearing, y'all. Give me a second. From, not that week, nope, not that week. What week is it, y'all? Today we are here to do an expense tracking for the week of 12/6 through 12/12. There you go. Now, I did not outline these in any specific color at this point because I have moved those over. I actually might go ahead and do that and then kind of pause the screen or cut this part out and then come back and talk to you guys after that. So I will just show you how easy it is for you to do that over here in Noteful. But again, it's based on, I need to make sure I have my colors available. So let me go to over here to my budget categories. And these are the ones that I'm going to go by. So I'm going to go ahead and sit this over here in the corner. Stand it up over here in the corner. And then use those to determine what these categories should be. So 1 second while I take care of this. So I don't know if I sped everything up or if I cut it out completely. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, I have now gone through and I have outlined all of the different ones based on the categories that you have. Now you might notice right away there's a whole lot of purple that's here, but we're going to talk about those numbers overall and I'll go through that. One of the things you might also notice is that we have some things in gray that I have not highlighted. These are areas where there was money transferred around in this previous week, and anytime money is transferred, I put it in gray, not just to highlight it but also the actual color of the font, and that's because that's money that I still have in my possession at that moment. I just transferred where it was located. That's why we do that. I transferred money from one account to another account here for my city card, and then I made the actual payment here, and that's where that money is reflected in here. So I did not want to count it twice. So if I left it in black ink, it would have shown city payment for $18.20 and a city payment for $39.81, and that would have been incorrect. That $18.20 is rolled up into this $39.81 here that I paid on my city card. All right, so when you in essence look at all of the numbers and look at all of the information, this is what you end up with. So I had home purchases were total $28.02, and that was home supplies that I need to get. Debt $39.81, and it was a payment that I made. Personal, the total spending was $75.35. I spent $9 on coffee, $25 on my class dues, and $41.35 on some office items that I needed. For auto, I had one gas purchase of $21.13. For family, I spent $88.99. There was $44.70 on events. That would have been the Alcovy Chorus Banquet. But there was $44.29 spent on Corinne, and that was to buy her things that she needed for that moment. So she needed something red and red jewelry, and she needed a red cover and all kinds of things. So I put the clothes that I purchased under her specific name. I put the tickets that I purchased for the event under events. Food, $153.02 overall. That's outstanding. That was where most of my money was spent. Groceries, it was only $68.38, but my dining out was extensive for that particular week. For entertainment, $32.98. All of that was on streaming services. And if we come back over here, it's pretty easy to tell which ones those are. So a couple of things for this. Number one, we have Paramount. That's not really on the line. Let me grab that and move that down. So Paramount streaming for $12.99, and then unfortunately we got a charge again for Disney Plus. So I told you guys that we have Disney Plus now. We have it for $2.99 a month. Well, Sweets said, hey, I went in and I canceled it. I've already got a notification that told me it's going to be canceled as of the 9th, I think it was. I forget what it was, or the date on that. And I said, okay, cool. So he did not cancel the Medora one. We got hit again, in essence, with that $19.99. I have gone on there since then and canceled it out. So unfortunately, in December, we paid Disney twice. We paid them $2.99 for the discounted service that we'll have for this year, and then we also paid them $19.99 for the old service that should have been canceled. But now for sure it's been taken care of, and we do have an email at the correct Gmail account that shows that it's going to be canceled going forward. All right, so that's what that streaming service is. So that shouldn't have, there's $20 more than we probably should have paid for that. And then savings, the transfer that we had for $18.20, and then the savings for $5. And this savings is where my variable checking account transfers over on every Friday or Monday, one of those days, I can't remember, over to my variable buffer account, $5. That keeps me from having to pay a monthly statement cost or a monthly cost for that savings account. So that's that. Now this transfer, I would not consider that savings, but I do have it in gray because, like I mentioned before, we moved it in a way until we could get it into the account to actually pay that city credit card. So with that, I am considering, just as I'm continuing to refine this, I am considering whether or not I'm going to count transfers separately, maybe as a miscellaneous whenever we transfer money, because it isn't necessarily savings if I'm transferring money between accounts that I'm actually getting ready to use. But you know, at the end of the day, I guess it still works the same way for the others. I transfer money to a sinking fund or to a savings account, but I could end up using it as well. So I don't know. I'm still up in the air on how to handle transfers, how to get that documented so that it's not throwing these numbers off. We are moving into this next week. We're already there. And this form is working out. Again, merchant, the category, a subcategory, how much the amount is, and then how I am paying for it. I do need to go in and reconcile these numbers. So right here, you'll notice I have subscriptions. Everywhere there's a subs, that's money that I need to pull. Where it says gifts and Corinne, that's money I need to pull. My variable, I go ahead and pay that directly to my Chase Freedom card. Cash is automatic that it's taken out. This variable account means it was automatic. It's already been taken out. And where it says bills account, that was automatic. It's already been taken out. So I do need to reconcile. For subscriptions, I'm going to do the $12.99 plus the $4.99 for Noteful. As I was talking about before, I just bought that, but it's a one-time charge. And then the $19.99 equals. So there's a total of $37.97 that I need to pay back. $37.97. $37.97 needs to be paid back to subs. Now, you might say, hey, your streaming number says $32.98. How are you paying back $37.97? It's because when it came to the Noteful purchase, so the purchase of this application that I'm using to pull up my digital planner, I actually decided to code that as a personal expense for my office or my content. It's not necessarily for entertainment. I am using it for my to handle personal affairs. And because of that, I decided to charge that $4.99 to my personal expense, and that's why there is a difference between the two. So that's why you see streaming services shows $32.98, but total that I'm going to pull from subscriptions is $37.97, because I'm going to go ahead and pull that $5 from there. And I don't know why. I could probably just pull $5 from my wallet and just do it that way, but I've decided not to. So this is how we're going to handle that particular expense. So I did want to explain why that part might look a little different. So subscriptions, $37.97. And then here for this $44.29, that needs to come from gifts, and that's going to come from Corinne. So it's going to be a combination of both of those areas. I am going to, we'll come out a little bit there. I'm going to go to gifts now, and let's look there. I'm going to write down what we're going to do as far as pulling money from this one. So we have some cash in here because we just did a roll, a Monday mini for this one. So we do have some cash for sure. So I'm going to pull 22, 10, let's pull the ugly bills, 20 and 2. I'm going to pull 22 from gifts. Let's get a pen. And we'll go ahead and document this down. Minus 22. And this is for Corinne. And that should leave me with 127. All right, let's count that and see. 50, 60, 65, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there you go. So that's 22 from here. And then let's look at Corinne. And let's look for 22 from here. Does she have 22? We got some ones here. 10, 20, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, so take 22 from that. 12, 16 minus 22. And that was Corinne Christmas concert. I better write that whole thing in or I'll forget. So that should leave $17. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. Yep. There you go. All right, so I pulled that cash. So kind of like a mini unstuffing for those. Needed to get those out. So I've got cash for that. Then I need to put over here to the side. And then for subscriptions, let's see what that said. Yeah, stop paying attention. Hold on, wrong one. All right, this is streaming is $37.97, so that's basically $38. Let's go to subs. This is all online, so I just got to take the prop money out of this one, and then I'll know minus 38, and that was Disney, Para for Paramount, and Noteful. And what I say, minus 38. So 173 minus 38 equals 135. Should have $135 left. 120. I'm gonna have to do something with this 50. Let me reach into my stash. Like I said, I need to have 138 left. So I need to have 120. There's a 10. 30. Let's do a 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can get rid of that. So 135, 120, 30. 5. That's it. Thought it said 138. So 173 minus 38, minus 38 equals 135, 120, 35. That's what I need. There you go. Now, let's go through and make sure that that was it. That was all that needed to come out. So these are all cleared as far as bills account is concerned. Cash, variable is taken care of. I got the subs. I got me money. That's already taken care of. And subs, I got that, and gifts and Corinne for that $44.29. All right, I think we're there. That is it. So that is my tracking for the week of December the 5th through the 12th. And then we've already started with December 13th. I wish I could come here and give you guys good news and tell you all that I'd already gotten some no spins in, but that is not the case, not yet. So I got to get back on track. So I'm telling you now, tomorrow, the 16th, will be a no spend day. All right, we're good to go. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.